Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 3 marketing myths that are stopping your business from growing. We are recording this again because the first time I did it, it just hung on the screen, so you couldn't actually see any slides. So to that end, let me get the slides and we will start this now. So I'm going to keep it on this screen because I think that this will make it easier to make sure all the slides are coming. So welcome to 3 Marketing Myths. As you know, this is the webinar that is going to help you understand the myths that are stopping your business from growing. So we'll be talking about what they are, how they hinder you, and then how you can stop them from hindering you. And I'll be sharing with you some transformations as well, because ultimately what I'm looking for is to give you some really actionable tips and strategies that you can use to grow your business to the next level. So if you're looking to grow your business to the next level, but you feel hindered by your results and what to do, then this is absolutely the place for you. Okay, we're going to be talking about creating miracles, because miracles, well, firstly, they're good, aren't they? I love miracles, love the thought of creating miracles, but also because what miracles mean to me in this context is that we are shining a light on any areas in your business that are not doing the work that they should be doing. So any areas that are hindering your business and holding you back, we'll be shining a light on those so that you can undergo massive transformation in your business so that you can grow your business now and continue to grow it in the future as well. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about creating miracles. And I'll be, like I said, identifying them and showing you how you can change them so that you can ultimately get results in your business, create the impact that you desire, and move your business to the next level. And these are the really important things that I am sharing this information with you for. That's the main purpose I'm sharing it with you. So imagine that you woke up on Monday morning and you know that your marketing is working in a simple way with some great systems in place, which allows you to step up when you're needed in order to create the true connections that you need to in your business, those true connections that are going to grow your business and create the impact that you want to. And it will also get your message out there. And the whole net result of this is that you are taking your business to the next level. You've already got a brilliant business. You've already been successful. You know how to market, but there's something that's holding you back. There's something that you're feeling disconnected about. There's something which is stopping you from marketing like you've never marketed before, which is what you have to do to grow your business to the next level. So let's have a look, let's explore where we can make these transformational changes. I will show you and give you real life examples for this as well. So this is for you. If you have an established business already, you already know how to start a business, you already know how to get customers into your business, but you're looking to grow it to the next level. And for some reason, you've got this disconnect around marketing, so you keep putting it off. And I've been there and I've done that because it didn't feel good. It didn't give me the results I wanted, and it just didn't feel right. So this is for you if you want to get those results, those real tangible results. And it's also for you if you want to feel good in the process of doing it. But more importantly, this is for you if you're looking for business growth. And the whole purpose of what I'm going to talk to you about today is about achieving business growth with serenity and clarity and, importantly, ease. So let me share with you a story. This is me and my baby bear, Archie, and he is quite key to my story, so it's appropriate that he is in there. So I started off my marketing journey when I went to university, and I did a marketing and statistics degree. And I'm a bit of a number junkie, so the maths come up quite often. So a marketing and statistics degree, and then I left university and went to work in corporate world. And my travels in corporate world took me all over the UK, working for a range of different companies in different industries, from large regional companies to multinational companies, turning over millions of pounds. And I also worked for a while in Barcelona, so travelled all over the place and really had a great time. I was senior manager from the age of 23, and I was involved in very high level business decisions, so mergers, acquisitions, finance structures, a lot of business development stuff, including joint ventures, international marketing, international not financing, franchising. So a lot of really high level business things. And when I was in my last position, my last paid position, I fell pregnant with my miracle baby, Archie, who was a miracle because I was told at 15 I would never have children. So I started thinking and planning about what I was going to do and how it was going to work. And then something forced my hand a little bit, because as I was planning, Archie's father decided he didn't want to be part of the plans when I was 6 months pregnant. So I decided to move back to my hometown because at the time I was 200 miles away from home. But I also had to work continually. So I didn't have maternity leave. I had to continue to work to make ends meet. So that meant that I was leaving Archie for 3 days a week from a very early age. And what this did was enabled me to think back to when I was 18 and I decided that I was going to have a marketing company and it was going to be called Green Jelly. So I have no idea where that name came from because I was a student, it could have been anywhere. So I thought I have no better opportunity to start this business than now. And I had started businesses in the past, which for lots of different reasons had never taken off. So whether it's too soon for the market, whether it's the wrong time for me, there were lots of reasons. But I've always had this entrepreneurial bug. So I started Green Jelly Marketing when Archie was 4 months old. And the business has been very successful. And I'll share more with you about that a little bit later on. But as Green Jelly grew, I realised that I was working with a lot of male-dominated industries, which was my past in my career. I worked for a lot of construction, engineering, manufacturing organisations. And that's what was happening in Green Jelly as well. And that makes sense because that's what I know, and I had a reputation in that industry. But what I felt increasingly called to do was to step out and to share my message and to work with women who were growing their businesses and looking to take action and grow their business, and empower them to do it in a way which was effective, so they were getting the results that they want and desire, and also so that it felt good. So I took everything I knew about marketing and took everything I knew about emotional intelligence, because as women, we are naturally very intuitive, and combined the two to create what I now call the Flourish Marketing Method. So I will explore that in more detail another time, but I wanted to let you know that this is where we are now. So a lot of what I'm sharing has come from that journey, has come from that model, has come from that research. And I think it's quite important to have a look at it with fresh eyes, because I am naturally curious. I naturally ask a lot of questions. And so I questioned a lot of the marketing stuff, a lot of the marketing strategies that were going on, that are going on. And there's a lot of things which I think are old paradigm, and I think there's a whole new marketing paradigm. So I'd like you to explore these myths and explore what I'm sharing with you today with fresh eyes, so that you can make your own mind up. But don't do it with any judgment and think that you already know this, because I'd like you just to remain open-minded and to go with me on this journey. So a little bit more about me. I am qualified to master's level, and I'm also chartered with the Institute of Marketing. I'm experienced in corporate world and as a business owner and as an entrepreneur, natural entrepreneur. I've got a few businesses now. So I'm also knowledgeable. I'm the #1 author on Amazon. I'm a university lecturer and I'm results driven. I'm a very sensitive person. So for me, the way I feel and energy and how I put my energy into things, as well as how I receive energy, is really powerful. I'm also very values driven. So I like to make a conscious impact, and I'm very creative, or a rule breaker. You can make your own mind up with that one. So let's think first, before we go any further. I wanted just to share with you that there's going to be lots of information that I share with you, and I would like you to make notes and avoid any other distractions around you, because these are the things that are going to make the big shifts in your business. We're looking for transformation. We're looking ultimately for marketing miracles. And, you know, I have a lifetime of information that I can put into this, but we are only going to be spending an hour together today. So I will give you as much information as I can. I will be talking fast and giving you a lot of knowledge and a lot of tips to implement. So I will give you all of that. Excuse me, and please make notes as we go. If you want to ask questions, feel free to do so and ask questions at the end, and contact me if you'd like to get any clarification or have any answers that you are looking for. And then at the end of the 60 minutes, I will be sharing with you an opportunity of how we can work together moving forward, because like I say, I have a lifetime of this knowledge and 60 minutes does not do it justice. So does that sound good for you? Do you think that you would like to create some marketing miracles in your business and get some real tangible results? I thought so. So marketing myth number 1 is brand development. And to me, brand development is like this statement that doesn't really mean anything. And I think in the corporate world, it could mean stuff, but it doesn't it's not applicable to the world that I'm in now. So what I mean by the world I'm in now, women who are in business, or anybody in business who is an entrepreneur or a small business owner or a micro business owner. So you're the owner, you're the founder, you shape the business, and you may be working in the business by yourself, you may have a small team, but ultimately you do become the business and you are the business. So brand development is a bit of a tricky misnomer, and brand really means what people say about you when you're not in the room, what people say about your business when you're not in the room. And in terms of brand development, if you read up on brand development, it's about how you develop your brand identity, it's about how you develop your pricing, how you develop customer journey, any clues that you give people as to what your brand is and what it represents. And it's a myth, because the biggest thing we need to do as business owners, as small business owners, as micro business owners, as entrepreneurs, as people representing our business and our personal brand, is to be ourselves. That's the biggest myth, is you don't have to develop your brand, you just have to have the permission to accept and own that you are your brand and that you represent yourself in that way. Let me talk to you about why this is important. When we're looking at marketing models, when we're looking at anything to do with marketing, the biggest thing that is missing is that you don't pay any attention to yourself. And to me, this is the fundamental, this is the foundational level before you do any kind of marketing, is to understand yourself, to understand how you portray yourself, to own that you are your brand, to understand your values, to understand your intentions, your desires, to understand your preferences. What kind of marketing do you like doing the best? How do you like to show up in the world? Because these are the elements that will drive you when things get tough. These are the things that motivate you when business gets hard, and business does. Business isn't easy, otherwise everyone would be in business. And these are the things that start to motivate you and keep you on your path to your goals. But these are also the things that help you show up consistently, because consistency is key. They help you show up consistently in a way that feels good. So this is really powerful. This marketing myth around brand development and how you have to develop your brand is not true. What you have to do is own your brand. You have to be your brand, and your brand has to be you. Let me give you an example of how this works. So Julianne is a lady I worked with last year, and we went through the same course that I will be offering you at the end of this training. And to begin with, Julianne was very unsure about the direction she wanted to take. She'd been in business for 10 years and she had a very successful business. She had a very positive brand awareness on a regional basis. She has a very proactive mind in terms of getting PR exposure. She was also very driven, and she was an action taker. Everything we did, she was taking action and doing the work. And one of the biggest breakthroughs that Julianne had was that she wasn't owning her brand, that she didn't feel she had permission to be her brand. She didn't feel that she was stepping into her brand and really owning that space. So when she had that aha moment, she realized that she had to rebrand everything so that it was really dominated and representative of her. Previous to this, her company was called Julianne Beads, and Julianne makes wedding jewelry and bridal accessories and prom jewelry. And she does it all handmade, and she's wonderfully creative and has a fabulous reputation in the industry and at a regional level for all of this beautiful jewelry that she creates. What she then did was to rebrand and really own her brand. So you can see here that she's really encaptured that with her new logo, which is her name. And she's also renamed the website so that it's Julianne Bird, which is her name, and not Julianne Beads. And I think it's really important to say that the relief and the kind of aha moment that Julianne felt at that time was just phenomenal. It was like a massive breakthrough for her. And it was really exciting to watch and really powerful to watch her journey. So her transformation, what this meant in her business was that she could own her brand. She had permission at last to be her brand and really step into it. And step into it she has, because she is showing up authentically everywhere. She is showing up as herself. Previously, Julianne didn't like to be at the forefront of the business. She didn't like to have pictures or videos, and she didn't really own that authenticity, which everybody loved about the brand. They all loved Julianne. They all wanted to know more about Julianne, but that wasn't happening because she hadn't fully owned the brand until this point. So now she owns it. She's showing up authentically, which also means that she is showing up consistently because she knows what to say. She's confident in saying it. And so she's showing up consistently, which has had a massive impact. By owning her brand, by doing the rebrand, by showing up consistently and authentically, Julianne has had JV or joint venture opportunities approach her from everywhere. Originally, her brief was that she wanted to grow beyond the region, and she has absolutely done that with the JV opportunities that have come her way. She's also expanded into different industries. She's also working with people who she never thought she would be working with. So on JV opportunity alone, it has been absolutely amazing. But that's not all. So the transformation also helped Julianne to grow in a way that she now had 4 photo shoots booked within 6 weeks, which is unheard of. So she did 4 photo shoots in 6 weeks. She's had massive email list growth. And not only that, but she's more confident with videos. So she's really rocking it on the video front. And that's having a massive impact on how she gets her message out there and about how she's developing those true connections as well. So it's been a huge transformation for Julianne and her business. And in her own words, she says that she wished she had this information 20 or 30 years ago because it would have been a completely different story. And left me a lovely testimonial, and she said this: "I can't say Shari Thompson's name loudly enough. Can you hear me? I am shouting. She has opened my eyes to the world of marketing, listened and nudged me in the right direction, being patient when I was a numpty, and got me to see things in a whole new light. Her marketing course is a guaranteed winner, and I can't thank her enough." Lovely Julianne. Such a pleasure to work with because she took real big action as well. She made this happen. The key takeaway from this marketing myth is to understand you first, because you are the foundation to your business. Therefore, you are the foundation of your brand and the way that you market yourself. So understand who your brand is, how you're showing up in the world, and whether that's congruent across all of your marketing. We're talking about being aligned here. You need to be aligned to yourself and to your message and everything else that encapsulates what you're putting out, because your impact all starts with your alignment. It all starts with you. And I haven't got time to go into lots of the other elements that are really important to understand you first, but I'll give you a quick overview of some of the other points. So understanding your values are really important because they come back to be almost a checklist to the information you put out, but also a checklist to how you develop your business. So partnerships that you take, maybe even the big clients that you take on, opportunities that you pursue, they all have to be aligned with your values. Understanding your intention, because that's where you put your energy. As soon as you put your intention out there, that's putting your energy out there. Understanding your preferences in terms of your marketing style and your marketing platform. Really powerful stuff, because you get to eliminate a lot of the stuff that you don't need, which makes your job a lot easier. And we will touch upon that in the next myth. But importantly, As soon as you understand these elements about yourself, you get to be discerning about the information that you put out, but also the information you take in. It saves a lot of time and it gets rid of the overwhelm as well. So the next myth, visibility is credibility. Okay, so is that true? Because I'm not really sure, but here's my thoughts on it all. Visibility is important because if you're not visible, if you're not standing out, you're missing the first point of marketing. And whatever business you're in a marketing business, because without the customers, you have no business. To get the customers, you need the marketing. To do the marketing, you need to stand out. So you do need to be visible. But what a lot of people say now is that you have to be visible everywhere because there are the opportunities to be visible everywhere, that you should be visible everywhere. Okay, it's a bit of a tongue twister. So let me explain it with an image. I love this picture because it's basically showing that there are so many different marketing options and so many ways that you can make money through your marketing that it can become a little bit confusing. There's a new social media platform springing up every day. And if you start to put yourself on every social platform, if you start to use every marketing tool like email marketing, blogging, videos, search engine optimization, AdWords, and that's only online, it's not to mention any of the offline stuff, what you'll find is that you become a marketing machine. So all you will be doing is marketing. You won't be able to actually serve your clients. You won't be able to do the business. And I'm pretty sure unless you are fanatical about marketing like I am, that you didn't go into business to do marketing. So we need to step back and think about how this can be manageable yet effective at the same time. And I think this picture is really powerful because what it's showing is that, yes, you've got all of these different opportunities that are out there, but while they're all swimming around your head like this, the lady here's got her finger over her lips like a shh. You're actually not doing anything because you're not moving forward. So your voice is not being heard. So you are actually silenced by the choice. But moreover, when you are spreading yourself too thin and you are on every single platform, again, you're being silenced because you're not making those connections. You're not showing up consistently with the right energy and you're not making those connections. If you're not making the true connections, you're not getting business because people are being bombarded by 300,000 messages, marketing messages every day in one way or another. So we are getting evolutionarily better at filtering, at getting out the messages we don't want to hear. We are so furiously filtering between the noise just to get to the bits where we're actually connected with people, to the bit where we feel like we matter. And that's because we're social beings. You only have to look at the rise of Snapchat and Facebook Live and mentions and Periscope to understand that what we're craving is that connection. We don't want to see the polished, edited versions that people are putting out. What we want to see is the real, true life versions. We want to have that social connection. So what I would invite you to do is to think about where you're showing up, how you are being visible, and whether that serves you or whether you are spreading yourself too thin and you're unable to develop those connections. The other part of this, of course, is that the more you concentrate in one area, the more you can have a compound effect. So we understand compound effect in monetary terms, and it's the same in your marketing. The consistent actions you do daily, weekly, monthly will get a compound effect. So you start to get an exponential curve where you are consistently showing up, you are consistently doing the marketing in a smaller number of platforms and on a smaller number of marketing tools, and you start to get those results. I'm sorry you've got the click to add title thing on here because you're seeing it on this screen, but hopefully you get the idea. So you need to show up consistently, and the only way that you can do that is by understanding where you are best serving your audience, where you can best show up as yourself, and where you're best getting the results. So as soon as you understand those things, eliminate the rest of them, because that's a drain of your energy. Even if you're not doing anything on those platforms, it's still an energetic drain. Let me illustrate that by talking to you about the Wedding Wishing Well Foundation. Now, this is a charity which has been set up especially to help people who are terminally ill get married before they die. So it's a charity that is quite close to my heart because the lady in the picture next to Holly Willoughby is my best friend Naomi, and she set up the charity because she has terminal cancer and her background is a wedding planner, so she wanted to give back and help people. And so when Naomi was going through the planning stages of Wedding Wishing Well, we spoke at length about how she was going to manage it, given that she's poorly and given that she has a young son to look after, and of course the rest of the charity to run. You know, she is constantly busy and running around all over the place. And then add on top of that all the publicity she does and the award ceremonies. So her marketing needs to work pretty well for her. What we decided was the best thing to do is to focus on a platform that she is very at home at. So the platform was Facebook. And by focusing on Facebook, Naomi has grown great exposure, and she's also managed to do it within the boundaries of her life as well. Boundaries are very important in business, so we need to be aware of how our marketing choices, how our business growth choices affect the rest of our boundaries too. So again, this goes back to the first myth of why it's so important to understand yourself first. The transformation in the Wedding Wishing Well Foundation is that Naomi was able to get a very focused strategy. She was able to get very targeted engagement, and she's also able to grow her exposure and the donations. She's able to do all of this with ease. And I had a lovely testimonial from Naomi, which says, it makes me blush a little bit, but I think it's important for you to hear this from Naomi. She says, with Shari's help, we are reaching a fantastic audience and raising awareness of the foundation in all of the right places. Her dedication to the Wedding Wishing Well Foundation is second to none. It's obvious that she is passionate about helping the charity, and she is constantly approaching us with bold new ideas. Shari's creativity is hugely refreshing, and her work for us is always delivered on time with precision and flair. We couldn't recommend her highly enough. That's from Naomi. Thank you, Naomi. Bless her. But she is doing phenomenally well, and I'm immensely proud of her. So my takeaway for you is to start with your preference and to think about where you get the most business, where you can show up consistently the most, where you feel most at home at, and think about incorporating that as your central marketing strategy. If you're not brave enough to get rid of the other elements just yet, that's fine, because you can prove the success of this with numbers. But don't think that you will lose out, and this is what I hear very often, is that you'll lose out by getting rid of the other platforms that are not serving you, which is not true. Therein lies the myth, because so for instance, with myself, I prefer to be on Facebook, and when I first started promoting my personal brand, I had a Twitter profile as well. But I couldn't get on with Twitter. And so what happened was, it was sat on my shoulder and it was energetically draining, even if I was only thinking, I really should post to Twitter, I really should do something on Twitter. It's taking my energy and my focus away from going, this is what I'm doing on Facebook. As soon as I got rid of Twitter, I could show up in the right way and develop those true connections on Facebook. Equally, if you've got something like that that you're not actively using or not using in the right way, then you will also be doing your brand a massive disservice, because when people find it and they see that you're not active, it's detrimental to your brand. So make sure what they find of you are the things that you can develop those true connections, and make sure that you're doing it because it's your preference and because you're getting business results there, because business without the sales, there's no point. So it has to be a balance of the two. Okay, we are going super fast. I hope you're keeping up and taking lots of notes as well, but of course you can always ask me questions afterwards. So we're going straight on to marketing myth number 3. So marketing myth number 3 is this, and I warn you now, this might send you to sleep, so please bear with me and do your best to stifle those yawns and stay awake, and I will do my best to do the same. Marketing is the management process responsible for identifying, anticipating, and satisfying customer requirements profitably. And that is the official definition of marketing as declared by the Chartered Institute of Marketing. Wow, that is long and boring. That is just so overwhelming and so terrifying to anybody who wants to learn what marketing is. It doesn't have to be that difficult. It is all about simplicity. To my mind, the way you move forward is in a simplistic way, which allows you to do it with ease, but allows you to do it consistently. And also, you've got to get the results. Okay, so when I first started Green Daily Marketing, and this little bear was only 4 months old, I had to make sure that I was balancing my time with marketing the business and delivering the business, and also not missing out on Archie's childhood. So don't get me wrong, I am very driven and I am a bit of a workaholic, but I never wanted that to be to the detriment of missing out on anything with Archie and the relationship I had with him. And it never has been, because when I first started the business, I realized very quickly that corporate life and doing all the high level corporate stuff that I did was not really the same as running a business, or in fact starting a business. And whenever you grow to the next level, it's like starting a business again, because you have to learn so many different new things and go through lots of little mindset barriers and blocks that are always there just to test us. And so when I was starting the business, I was consuming everything I could from this little place called Google, because obviously it's the oracle. And the more I was consuming from Google, the more information I was taking on, the more conflicting information, the more models and blueprints and strategies that were definitely guaranteed to get me a 6-figure business overnight, I was absorbing. And I just became massively overwhelmed. I could not move forward because I didn't know what to do with any of this information, and I didn't know where to go. So I just kept still. I didn't do anything until one day I sat down and said to myself, this is just crazy, because you know what marketing is. You understand marketing. You've done all of this marketing stuff in the past. Just take it back to the basics. And that's what I did. And I created a model called the 3 R's of marketing, which has been solely responsible for the growth of Green Daily Marketing, solely responsible for it. It's also been responsible for the growth of the clients within Green Daily Marketing. And it is a model which I implore you to use or to tweak to suit you, but definitely to use something this simple, which can be systematized and perpetual and exponential and all of these good things, which result in actual business growth and real tangible figures. So here is the 3 R's of marketing. So the first R is reach. This is where you need to understand your brand and understand your message and understand your audience and able to reach them in the right way. And this is how you get leads or inquiries into your business. The second R is relationship development. And this is how you start to build that relationship with them, tell them what you've got to solve their problem, the solutions that you can offer, the products or services that you have, and that's how you get conversions in your business. This is how you get sales in your business. And then the third R is reputation. And this is one that is done in a very lapsadaisical way in many instances, and it's the one that can give you the biggest returns, because you've done all the hard work of reaching the people and getting them to buy from you. So why are you not asking them for things that will help to reputation manage for your business? So why are you not asking them for reviews, testimonials, referrals? And this is how you get loyalty, but more importantly, this is how you start to reach more people. So you see, you can create systems around this, which also mean that you can start to get exponential growth, because the more people you're putting into the reach element, the more people are going through to the other elements. And then the more people you're moving from reputation to the reach pool, the bigger the reach pool gets. Can you see how this starts to work and starts to snowball? And it really is this simple. On an operational level, on a day-to-day operational level, this is all you need in your business. And a lot of this can be automated, but you do have to step in at the right place and deliver the connection aspect, because like I said earlier, people want these genuine connections. So I will give you an example of how this works, and then I will explain how I used it for Green Jelly. So with the reach element, if you decide that you love videos, you can create a little system that will grow your business by using just videos. So you might create a video which talks directly to your ideal client and answers one of their key questions, which you have a solution for. Put that onto YouTube, mark it up with the right tags. And of course, YouTube is the second largest search engine, so it will get found. People will watch the video and they are your leads, and by virtue of watching the video, they will be developing a relationship with you, because that's what happens when people watch videos. They will know whether they like you or not, they will know whether they can do business with you or not, and they will know whether they believe you or not. Importantly, the relationship part is where people get to know, like, and trust you, and that's what they need to do in order to buy from you. So at the end of the video, you offer them the opportunity to buy something from you. They buy it and love it. And then you go back to them and say, please, would you leave me a testimonial? It would be great if you could do it on a video. So they leave you a testimonial on a video and you put it onto YouTube, and the cycle begins again, because you've got more real estate on YouTube, but more importantly, you've got social proof. So you're building your credibility and authority at the same time. Another way you can do this is by writing a really good blog post, which again answers a key concern or a key challenge of your target audience. Put it onto your website, optimize it, and once people start finding you through search engines, they will be absorbed in your blog, and you could ask for their email address. Once you've got their email address, you can then build the relationship with them through a series of emails, and then you result in asking them to buy from you or buy your service or product or whatever it is that you're selling. Once they've bought it from you, you can always go back to them and say, it would be really great if you referred this to a friend. If you refer it, I will give you a 10% discount, and I'll give your friend a 10% discount. So refer it to a friend, and you just have doubled how many people you have got in your reach cycle instantly. And you can keep doubling it and doubling it. Excuse me. So you can see how this can be extremely powerful in your business, and there are ways that you can automate it as well. So the way that I used this for green jelly was that I, ironically, I've got a frog in my throat now. Excuse me. Ironically, I could not overtly market green jelly because the company I was employed in had a director who lives in my hometown. So I couldn't promote it until I was ready to leave the company. Otherwise, I would have burnt my bridges. One of the biggest values for me is about connection. And I really value having connection and building relationships. So the way that I built Green Jelly, the only way I have ever built Green Jelly, is by using relationships as my tools. So the reach element, I would find out the networking events that I should be at. And I would also find out where the people who I needed to know, who were very well connected, where they used to hang out. So I would go to the networking events, I would build the relationships, and then lots of people would get interested in what I was doing, in the approach that I had, in the innovative approach that I had, in the kind of no BS way that I would talk about marketing. And I got a lot of customers very early on as a result, and a lot of customers who are still with me now. And as a result of the relationships that I had, whether they were customers or not, I had a lot and still get a lot of referrals. In fact, I had a referral a couple of weeks ago, which has led to an equity share deal. I also had a referral the other day, this week randomly actually, which has resulted in a multitude of ongoing contracts, as well as 2 ongoing retainers, and then a lot of project work. So this is big business for Green Jelly. It's big sums of money and a lot of ongoing work, which is very beneficial for cash flow purposes, obviously. So this system has really worked wonders for Green Jelly, and it also is the system that I use for my clients. So it's a model that I implement throughout the business. And the transformation within Green Jelly as the agency has been phenomenal. So now, 4 years on from starting Green Jelly, the business is a 6-figure business. Bearing in mind that business growth in a sustainable way is slow business growth, and I also did not want to jeopardize any of my relationship or time with Archie. So it is a 6-figure business now. It's had year-on-year growth. The values of contracts are also growing year on year. They're getting much bigger. This means there's less admin, because the people who want the smaller end contracts are usually a lot more hard work, and that's a big generalization, but in my experience, that's what I found. There are also a lot of equity share deals within Green Jelly now, which obviously are really powerful, and The people who offer equity share deals are generally the people who are very well connected and offer you more clients and referrals. So that in itself is very powerful. And it's enabled me to create new businesses as well. So because I'm not spending all my time marketing, because I have a system that works, I also am able to create new businesses, which are very powerful. So the key takeaway from that is to use a simple model. And whether you use the 3 R's of marketing or create your own model, I think it's powerful to understand that simplicity is how you can eliminate overwhelm from your business, because overwhelm can erode your day by 2.1 hours. If you don't know how to move forward, if you haven't got that clarity or focus, you're losing 2.1 hours every day. If your charge rate is £50 an hour, over an average working year, you're losing £26,000. Who would like £26,000 back in their business? Would you like £26,000 more a year? Yeah, I would. So let's get organised. Let's get a very simple model that we know will work. I got a bit carried away and I couldn't really keep to 3 myths. So I wanted to give you a bonus myth because there's so many other myths that I wanted to include in this that I had to limit myself somewhat. So my bonus myth is that marketing is promotion. Whenever I speak to people about what they're doing in their marketing, they talk to me about their website, or they talk to me about social media, or they talk to me about the AdWords campaign they had, or a big double-page spread they've had in a magazine. And these are all marketing tools, but they are promotional tools. And if I take you back to my days at university, this is the model that we were first taught, which is called the 4 R's of marketing, or 4 R's, the 4 P's of marketing, or the marketing mix. And this basically highlights that whatever you're doing in marketing, if you're only focusing on promotion, you're potentially losing out on 75% of the rest of the marketing that you have available to you. So to look at marketing in the most holistic way you can when you're developing your strategy. So this is not your day-to-day, this is your strategy. When you start to create the underpinnings, it's important to consider that all of these are intrinsically linked. So the 4 P's are product, price, place, and promotion. Your product is linked to your price, because if your product does not represent the value that you place on it, either way, then there is a disconnect. And what will happen is that you're either losing money or people won't buy it, depending on where your product is priced. Your price is also reflected within your promotions, because your promotions will give an instant feel for how your brand is positioned, how your product is positioned. And if your price and promotions don't match, then nobody buys. So for instance, if you see yourself walking into McDonald's, you know what McDonald's is all about, and you walk up and order a hamburger and all of a sudden they're charging you £20, there's a very big disconnect. And that's what I'm talking about when your price has to match your promotions. Again, everything has to match your place, because if you're promoting things in the wrong place, you're potentially devaluing it, or you're creating that disconnect again. So if you're shopping for insurance, then it might make sense to go online and find it. Or if you're shopping for photo development, then you can do it very easily online. You don't have to go to a professional photographer in a showroom to do that. Whereas if you're buying a high-end car, you would probably not expect to just buy it online. You would want to go to the showroom, and you'd want it to be an experience, and you'd want to touch and feel it, because it's a huge investment. So this is how everything starts to interlink, and I think it's really powerful for you and transformational for your business to think about all of these things in conjunction. So today we looked at, very quickly in very high speed where I'm aware, so I hope you've been scribbling down, the power of self-awareness and how this can be massively beneficial in your business and can influence what your marketing is. We've also looked at how you can be authentic and visible in your business, and that's by using platforms which are appropriate for you and a way that you can show up consistently. We also looked at creating the implementation of a simple model so that you can take action, because many marketing courses will show you how to create your marketing strategy and your plans, but the action part is really powerful. If you don't take action, nothing changes. And we also looked at how you could be missing out on 75% of your marketing. So I'd really like to take this moment to say thank you for allowing me to share with you As some of you might already know that you would like to work with me, so let me tell you how you can work with me and really embed this into your business. The Marketing Miracle is the program I have created especially for successful ladies in business who are looking to grow to the next level. But growing to the next level means marketing like you have never marketed before, and there's a slight disconnect in that you've fallen out of love with marketing. By falling out of love with marketing, this is how it shows up in that you get no results, you have less impact than you would like to, you are not as consistent as you would like to be, you're not getting the growth in your business, and also it doesn't feel good. That's enough to make you fall out of love with marketing. So do you want to grow to the next level of business? And do you want to have impact and get your message out there? And do you want to feel good about your marketing? And do you want to spend less time marketing so you can actually spend more time doing the things that you love, whether that's in business or in your life? And do you want to spend less time in overwhelm? Because we quite like that £26,000 back in our business. And we'd like to grow the business at the same time. And do you want results from your marketing? This is the biggie. Do you want results from your marketing? So I've walked you through the foundations of the Marketing Miracle. Everything we've covered today are the foundational elements of the Marketing Miracle, the foundational elements of the Flourish marketing method, which I touched upon. But there is so much more. There is so much depth for this. So this is for all of you gorgeous, successful ladies who have established businesses and you've got your desire to grow your business, to move to the next level and create more impact with your message, more impact than you've ever had before. Imagine how good it would feel to be able to know that your marketing is taken care of, to know that the bits that you're doing are all about the true connections, to know that your voice is getting out there, your voice is being heard, you're standing out above everybody else. Imagine how good that would feel to get your business to the next level, to have these true transformations in your business. And this is what I want for you. This is why I've created the Marketing Miracle course, because these are all of the things, the exact things that I had to do to move my business to the next level. All of the exact things that I had to move through, that I realized that are missing from a lot of the marketing courses that are out there. These are the things that you don't get taught by everybody, but these are the things that make the biggest difference. Let me tell you what the Marketing Miracle includes. The first element is about intentions and creating boundaries, because we all need to set our intention, but it's equally important that we create boundaries, and the boundaries work both ways, with business and with our life. And as soon as we step over these boundaries, that's when our energy changes, and that's when things go a little bit awry in our business growth efforts. The second element is all about self-awareness, because this is the big block which you need to build the rest of your business on, whether you're growing your business or whether you're expanding or whether you're talking about your marketing. It's all about your self-awareness. This is the most important thing, and it's also the part which is missing from most businesses, from most marketing courses, and from most marketing blueprints. It is the big transformational piece. The third element is social awareness, and that's how you step up in your authentic self and how you can own those connections and really build those true connections. And the bigger picture is the fourth element, where we look at how you can implement the 4 Ps. And in fact, there are 7 Ps. So it's creating a holistic approach. The fifth element is leadership. This is your authority. This is where you play big. Okay, leadership is the action part, where you're really taking the action. And then we'll also look at how you're measuring success, because if you're not measuring your success, nothing is being focused on, and you can't really make those needles move because you've got nothing to measure it against, right? And whatever you're measuring increases, whatever you're focused on expands. So this is why we make sure that measuring the success is a key part of this. And again, because I'm a number junkie, so that's part of it. This formula is proven. It is a proven formula that will leave you feeling transformed in how you view marketing. It will leave you feeling completely in control of your marketing. You'll have the clarity of what you're doing. You'll have focus. You'll have systematized processes which absolutely work in tune with your values, your message, your audience, and your alignment. And most importantly, you'll be playing at a bigger level in a way that feels good. You'll be getting the results that you want, and you won't have to spend all your time marketing your business. You'll still have an amazing work-life balance. In fact, I wager that you'll be able to have a better work-life balance because you'll be spending less time marketing. The Marketing Miracle will be starting on the 13th of June. And it's a little bit away because I'll tell you why shortly. But we'll be starting on 13th of June, and there'll be 6 modules, which will consist of live calls, handouts, and there'll also be a private Facebook group and, of course, access to me so we can really embed it deep into your business. The investment is £297 plus VAT. Now, I know that you're action takers. I know that you really want to grow your business to the next level, and I know that you're really motivated. So to make it a no-brainer so that you can take action today and we can get things moving, I've added 2 bonuses. The first bonus is a group primer call, and this is why we're not starting until the 13th of June, so we can have time to have this primer call, because understanding your mindset is paramount to whatever you do. If you have blocks or anything that might be holding you back, then you won't be able to fully engage in the Marketing Miracle course, and you won't be able to get the transformational results, which I really, really want for you. So in the group primer call, we'll be looking at your marketing mindset and what might be holding you back. We'll address any blocks that you have and get you absolutely ready for action when we start on the 13th of June. Now, the value of this is £250 plus VAT. We also will be doing another bonus, which is a 1-day private retreat. I want to support you as holistically as I can. So in this retreat, we'll all get together and we'll embed this deep into our marketing mindset, deep into our businesses, and really make sure that you've got everything you need and taken the action to move forward and create those marketing miracles. So at the end of that 1 day, you will have clarity like you've never had before. You'll also have your bespoke plan of action, the confidence to implement it with serenity and ease. I don't want any of this to be difficult or overwhelming, otherwise it doesn't get done, and it doesn't get done in the right energy. You'll obviously have great connections from all the other fabulous women just like you who will be in the Marketing Miracle Retreat. And this also is exclusive, so the only way you can get access to this event is by buying the Marketing Miracle course today. Sue from Allowing Joy said when we worked together last year, she went through the same journey with me. And after the very first session, she said, "Thanks, Shari, this is a great intro. The marketing fog is starting to clear for me. I'm really looking forward to the next video." And that was just after the first session. So to recap, the Marketing Miracle starts on the 13th of June. You'll have 6 modules, live calls, handouts, Facebook group, access to me, and of course those brilliant bonuses which are worth £745 plus VAT on their own. Your investment is only £297 plus VAT, and this is just for action takers, because I truly want to see miracles made. I truly want to see that transformation, and I will do everything I can to support you in the most holistic way possible. But for that to happen, you need to take action. You need to be invested in yourself and your business. If I ask you one question today, this is the question I would like you to think about. You want to grow your business, this much we've established. You want to take it to the next level. You want to do it with ease. You don't want marketing to be overwhelming or to overrun your life. You want to have this transformation. You want marketing miracles. So if you want all of these things and you don't take action, if you don't invest in yourself and in your business and you don't take the action, what will your business look like in 1 year from now? What will your business look like in 5 years from now? This is really important, and I want to do everything I can to support you in your journey and to let you understand everything that you need to understand to create these miracles and this transformation, so that you can step out and up level in your business and in your life. And I also want to share it with you in a way that feels good for you. So make sure you hit the button below now and you can access everything that we've spoken about. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you on the Marketing Miracle. And I'm really excited to welcome you into the Facebook group and onto the Marketing Miracle Primer, where we'll be really getting into your mindset. Thank you very much for your time today. It's been an honor and an absolute pleasure. And I hope you've got lots of really good marketing information from this. And I look forward to seeing you soon.